You've been feeling it, haven't you? That pull, that knowing like something massive is approaching and your very soul is preparing for what's coming. Take a deep breath right now, because what I'm about to reveal isn't just another spiritual concept. It's a cosmic alignment that happens only once every 11 years. And November 11th, 2025 is about to unlock a portal that most people will completely miss. Imagine for a moment that the universe operates on precise mathematical frequencies, where certain dates create energetic gateways that can literally transform your reality. What if I told you that November 11th, 1111, isn't just a date, but a master key that unlocks dormant abilities within your consciousness? Ancient spiritual traditions have protected this knowledge for millennia, and today you're about to discover why this portal could be the turning point you've been unconsciously preparing for. In numerology, the number 11 is called a master number, carrying vibrations that transcend ordinary human experience. But here's what most spiritual teachers won't tell you. The 1111 portal isn't just about making wishes or setting intentions. It's about activating a quantum field connection that exists between your consciousness and the universal grid of energy that connects all living beings. Imagine your consciousness as a radio antenna. Most of the time it's tuned to the static of daily life, bills, work, endless mental chatter. But during 1111 portal moments, the cosmic frequency becomes so clear and powerful that even the most cluttered mind can suddenly tune in to the universal broadcast. Great spiritual masters throughout history have understood that certain cosmic alignments create windows of opportunity where the veil between dimensions becomes thin. The Tibetan monks spoke of it as the breath between worlds. Hindu mystics called it the cosmic pause, where creation renews itself. Even modern quantum physicists are beginning to recognize that consciousness might operate according to the same principles as quantum entanglement, suggesting that your thoughts and intentions during these portal moments can influence reality in ways that defy conventional understanding. But why is November 11th so uniquely powerful? When you see 1111 appearing repeatedly in your life, your subconscious mind is already beginning to synchronize with this cosmic frequency. You might have noticed it on clocks, receipts, license plates. These aren't coincidences. They're activation signals from the universe itself, preparing you for what mystics call the Great Reset of human consciousness. The ancient Egyptians built their entire spiritual calendar around such mathematical alignments, understanding that certain number sequences create vibrational bridges between the physical and spiritual realms. They knew that when these patterns appear in your experience, it means you've entered what they called the choosing phase, a time when your soul is being called to step into a higher octave of existence. You see, most people live their entire lives unconscious of these cosmic rhythms. They wake up, go through their routines, and never realize that the universe is constantly sending them invitations to evolve. But you're different. The fact that you're watching this right now, the fact that something inside you recognizes the significance of this message, that's not random. You're part of the small percentage of humanity that's beginning to awaken to their true spiritual nature. Think of it this way: if consciousness were water, most people are content to remain as ice, frozen, solid, predictable. But you're beginning to melt, to flow, to remember that water can take any shape, reach any height, and connect with any other drop in the vast ocean of awareness. November 11th represents more than just a date. It's a frequency activation event. When the calendar aligns to show 1111, the electromagnetic field of the Earth itself shifts into a higher vibrational state. Scientists studying geomagnetic anomalies have documented unusual readings during these specific alignments, though they can't yet explain what causes these mysterious energy spikes. But spiritual adepts have always known the truth. These portal days create temporary bridges between what we call the third dimension of ordinary reality and the fifth dimension of expanded consciousness. During these windows, your ability to manifest desired outcomes increases exponentially. Your intuitive faculties become heightened. And most importantly, dormant DNA sequences within your cells begin to activate, preparing your physical body to hold higher frequencies of light and information. Ancient texts speak of chosen individuals who would incarnate during times of great planetary transformation. These souls carry specific genetic markers that allow them to anchor new frequencies of consciousness during cosmic gateway events. If you've always felt different, if you've experienced unexplained phenomena, if you've had prophetic dreams or sudden knowing that later proved accurate, these are signs that you might be one of these specially encoded beings. The Gnostic Gospels, hidden for centuries by religious institutions that feared their power, describe how certain souls would be called during the end times to serve as living bridges between old Earth and new Earth consciousness. They understood that November 11th type alignments would serve as activation codes for these sleeping giants of human potential. Modern neuroscience is finally catching up to this ancient wisdom. Researchers studying peak consciousness states have discovered that certain individuals possess unique brainwave patterns that activate during geomagnetic shifts and cosmic alignments. Their neural networks begin firing in synchronized patterns that mirror the mathematical frequencies of the universe itself. Imagine your brain as a sophisticated musical instrument. Most of the time it plays the simple melodies of survival. Work, eat, sleep, repeat. But during cosmic alignments, something extraordinary happens. Your neural orchestra suddenly has access to cosmic sheet music, and it begins playing symphonies of consciousness that would make Mozart weep with recognition. This is why you might have been experiencing unusual phenomena recently. Perhaps you've been seeing number sequences everywhere. Maybe your dreams have become incredibly vivid and prophetic. You might be experiencing sudden bursts of creativity, or receiving downloads of information that seem to come from beyond your normal thinking mind. These aren't symptoms of instability. They're signs that your consciousness is preparing for the November 11th activation. The portal doesn't just open on November 11th. It begins its activation sequence weeks in advance, sending out preparatory waves that sensitive individuals begin to feel in their energy field. You might have noticed increased synchronicities, unexpected encounters with spiritually awakened people, or a sudden urge to make significant changes in your life. This is your higher self responding to the incoming cosmic frequency. Indigenous wisdom keepers have prophecies about this exact time period. They speak of the return of the rainbow warriors, souls who would incarnate during the time of great transition to help humanity remember its connection to the cosmic web of consciousness. According to these prophecies, these individuals would begin awakening en masse during specific portal events, starting with 11:11 alignments. What makes November 11th, 2025 particularly significant is its position within a larger cosmic cycle. Astrological calculations show that this date falls within what mystics call the Phoenix Year, a time when old structures of consciousness must burn away to make room for the new paradigm of human awareness. Here's a truth that might surprise you. Cosmic portals are like elevators in a skyscraper of consciousness. The elevator arrives at your floor, November 11th, but you still have to make the choice to step inside. You still have to press the button for the floor you want to reach. The universe provides the opportunity, but transformation requires your conscious participation. But here's what most people don't understand about portal events. They're not passive experiences. You can't just wait for November 11th to arrive and hope something magical happens to you. These cosmic gateways require conscious participation. They demand that you show up as an active co-creator with the universe, ready to step into the fullness of your spiritual power. But what I'm about to reveal next will change everything you think you know about preparation. The energy begins building now, and how you prepare during these coming weeks will determine whether you experience November 11th as just another date on the calendar, or as the moment when everything in your life shifts into an entirely new timeline of possibility. Your dreams have probably been trying to tell you something. That restless feeling, that sense that you're on the verge of a breakthrough, your soul recognizes what's coming. But activation requires more than just awareness. It requires specific protocols, precise timing, and most importantly, an understanding of how to work with the cosmic frequencies that will be available during the portal window. The ancient mystery schools taught that certain souls incarnate as frequency holders, beings whose primary purpose is to anchor new levels of consciousness into the planetary grid. If you've always felt like you don't quite fit in normal society, if you've been drawn to esoteric knowledge and spiritual practices, if you've had experiences that others dismiss as impossible, you might be one of these specially chosen consciousness anchors. November 11th isn't just about personal transformation. It's about your role in the larger awakening of human consciousness. The beings who successfully align with this portal don't just change their own lives. They become transmission points for the new frequencies, helping to awaken others who are still sleeping within the old paradigm. The portal opens at exactly 11:11, both AM and PM, creating two powerful activation windows within the same day. But the real secret that ancient initiates understood is that the preparation phase is just as important as the portal moment itself. There are specific practices, precise visualizations, and energy alignment techniques that must be implemented in advance to maximize your receptivity to the incoming cosmic downloads. What I'm about to reveal could change everything you think you know about consciousness, reality, and your role in the cosmic plan that's unfolding right now. What I'm about to reveal could change everything you think you know about consciousness, reality, and your role in the cosmic plan that's unfolding right now. The November 11th portal isn't just about timing. There's a specific activation sequence that 99% of people will miss completely. But those who understand it will step through a doorway that leads to abilities most humans have forgotten they possess. The activation sequence I mentioned is not something you stumble upon by accident. The activation sequence I mentioned is not something you stumble upon by accident. You're still here because you know this is different. While others scroll past, searching for quick fixes and empty promises, you recognize the weight of what we're uncovering together. You've already invested 10 minutes of your consciousness into this journey, and that investment is about to pay dividends beyond anything you've experienced before. Your continued presence here isn't coincidence. It's confirmation that you're ready for the 3 levels of cosmic reset activation that most people will never even hear about, let alone master. The first level operates through what ancient practitioners called pattern recognition bias exploitation. Your mind is constantly searching for familiar patterns, trying to make sense of the reality shift happening around us. But here's what the texts don't tell you. This search itself becomes the key. When you consciously observe your mind seeking patterns in the cosmic chaos of 2024 and 2025, you're not just witnessing change. You're becoming the architect of your own reality reconstruction. Think of your mind as a master detective, constantly searching for clues to solve the mystery of existence. But here's the twist. The moment you catch this detective at work, you realize you're not just the detective. You're also the author of the mystery, the crime scene, and the solution. This recognition is where transformation begins. The great masters understood this. In Tibetan monasteries, monks would spend years learning to recognize the moment their minds tried to categorize experience. They discovered that this recognition point is where true power lives. When you catch yourself trying to make sense of the cosmic shifts happening right now, the energy changes. The collective awakening, the acceleration of consciousness, you're standing at the threshold of the first level. But you've come this far in understanding because you're ready for more than just recognition. You're ready for activation. The second level reveals itself through numbered sequence deployment. This isn't random numerology or wishful thinking. This is the mathematical language of cosmic reset that operates whether you believe in it or not. Pay attention to the sequences appearing in your daily life. The repeated numbers on clocks, receipts, license plates. These aren't coincidences. The repeated numbers on clocks, receipts, license plates. These aren't coincidences. They're breadcrumbs leading you toward the reset point that's approaching faster than most people realize. Imagine the universe as the ultimate social media platform, and number sequences are its way of sending you direct messages. Most people see 1111 on their phone and make a wish, never realizing they've just received a cosmic notification that their consciousness upgrade is downloading in the background. Here's the practical application that changes everything. For the next 7 days, document every repeated number sequence you encounter. Not just the obvious ones like 1111 or 333. Document 237, 459, 682, every sequence. What you'll discover is that your consciousness is being calibrated to receive specific frequencies of information. The sequences are tuning forks, adjusting your internal receiver to match the cosmic broadcast that's already happening. The monks in the high temples of Tibet knew this. They would track celestial number patterns for months, understanding that consciousness and mathematics are the same language spoken in different dialects. Your awareness of these sequences doesn't just mean you're awakening. It means you're being prepared for something unprecedented. The third level is where most people fall away, but you're still here because you sense what's coming. This level operates through completion compulsion engineering. Your psyche has an irresistible drive to complete patterns, to reach the end of sequences, to solve the puzzle. But the cosmic reset isn't a puzzle to be solved. It's a frequency to be embodied. Now here's where it gets extraordinary. Think of your consciousness like a master key that's been sitting in a cosmic lockbox for lifetimes. The third level teaches you that you don't need to understand how the key works. You just need to trust that when you insert it into the lock of reality on November 11th, doors you never knew existed will swing wide open. When November 11th arrives, those who have mastered these 3 levels won't experience disruption. They'll experience liberation. The date isn't arbitrary. The cosmic mathematics align in ways that happen once every 26,000 years. The precession of the equinoxes, the galactic alignment, the collective consciousness reaching critical mass, all converging on this specific moment in time. You've been feeling it building, haven't you? The restlessness, the sense that time is moving differently, the feeling that reality itself is becoming more fluid. These aren't symptoms of uncertainty. They're symptoms of preparation. Your consciousness is already beginning to resonate with the reset frequency. But here's the secret that separates the truly prepared from those who merely hope for change. The reset isn't something that happens to you. It's something that happens through you. Every person who achieves mastery over these 3 levels becomes a transmission point for the new reality. You become part of the infrastructure of consciousness that anchors the shift for everyone else. This is why you're here. This is why you didn't scroll past. This is why every moment of this journey has felt familiar yet revolutionary. You're not just receiving information. You're being activated as a cosmic reset agent. Now let's move from understanding to implementation. The practical mastery sequence is deceptively simple, but devastatingly effective. Each morning for the next 21 days, spend exactly 7 minutes in observation mode. Not meditation, not visualization, pure observation. Observe your thoughts trying to categorize the day ahead. Observe the number sequences that appear. Observe the completion compulsion when you encounter unfinished patterns. Picture yourself as the eye of a cosmic hurricane. All around you, reality is shifting, transforming, evolving at unprecedented speed. But in your center, in this space of pure observation, there's perfect stillness. From this stillness, you don't get caught in the storm of change. You become the anchor point that helps others navigate the transformation. This observation creates what the ancient texts called the neutral point. From this neutral point, you don't get swept away by the cosmic turbulence of the reset. You become the calm center around which the new reality crystallizes. The masters who discovered this technique understood something that modern consciousness research is only now beginning to grasp. Awareness itself is creative force. Your conscious observation of the reset process doesn't just prepare you for the shift. It actually helps determine the nature of the shift itself. You become a co-creator of the new paradigm rather than a victim of cosmic circumstance. This brings us to the ultimate revelation, the forbidden knowledge that has been protected by spiritual guardians for millennia. The cosmic reset isn't just about personal transformation. It's about species evolution. Every 26,000 years, human consciousness takes a quantum leap. We're living through that leap right now. This brings us to the ultimate revelation, the forbidden knowledge that has been protected by spiritual guardians for millennia. The cosmic reset isn't just about personal transformation. It's about species evolution. Every 26,000 years, human consciousness takes a quantum leap. We're living through that leap right now. The 3 levels I've shared with you are not just preparation techniques. They're evolutionary activations. By mastering pattern recognition bias exploitation, you're training your consciousness to navigate reality with unprecedented fluidity. Through numbered sequence deployment, you're learning to read the mathematical language of cosmic intelligence. With completion compulsion engineering, you're developing the ability to consciously participate in the creation of new reality structures. Here's the profound truth. You're not just preparing for the cosmic reset. You are the cosmic reset. Every time you catch your mind seeking patterns, every time you notice a number sequence, every time you resist the compulsion to complete what doesn't serve you, you're literally rewiring the matrix of reality for everyone who comes after you. This is the master key that unlocks everything. The cosmic reset is not an event that will happen on November 11th. It's a process that's happening right now, and it requires conscious participants to complete successfully. Every person who masters these 3 levels becomes a guardian of the transition. You become responsible not just for your own evolution, but for holding space for the consciousness leap that's happening to our entire species. The great spiritual masters throughout history, the ones whose names were never recorded in official texts, who worked behind the scenes of human evolution, they all understood this responsibility. They knew that consciousness evolution requires conscious participants. They knew that the few must master the techniques that allow the many to evolve safely. You are being invited into that lineage, not as a follower, not as a student, but as an active participant in the most significant transformation our species has ever experienced. The practical commitment is this: master these 3 levels before November 12th arrives. Not because something catastrophic will happen if you don't, but because something magnificent will happen if you do. You'll discover that you have the capacity to consciously participate in the birth of a new paradigm of human consciousness. But there's one more secret about November 11th that changes everything you thought you knew about timing, preparation, and the nature of consciousness itself. This secret is the difference between experiencing the reset as transformation and experiencing it as transcendence. The difference between evolution and revolution. With this final revelation understood, you now possess what you came here to discover. The November 11th portal isn't just a date. It's your invitation to step into the consciousness evolution that's been calling to you through every synchronicity, every restless night, every moment when you felt reality shifting around you. Through these 3 levels of activation, pattern recognition, number sequence awareness, and completion compulsion mastery, you now possess what the ancient masters spent lifetimes learning to access. The cosmic reset is real, it's happening now, and you're equipped to participate consciously rather than be swept along unconsciously. Imagine consciousness evolution as a cosmic relay race spanning thousands of years. Ancient masters, mystical traditions, and awakened beings have been passing the torch of awareness from generation to generation. In this moment, as these words resonate within you, that torch is being passed directly to you. If the recognition is stirring in your chest right now, if you feel the truth of your role as a conscious participant in this moment, then you're naturally ready for what comes next. You've recognized yourself among those who don't just experience the shift, but help anchor it for others who are still awakening. The mathematics of November 11th itself holds one final revelation about why this moment was chosen by cosmic intelligence as the optimal time for the reset to occur. The frequency code hidden within this date reveals not just when the portal opens, but how your participation transforms you from observer to co-creator of the new paradigm of human consciousness.